Hi friends, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my 2021 budget bullet journal. Like in my other video where I mentioned it was my very first bullet journal, this is my second bullet journal that I'm doing this year. This one is specifically for budgeting. Previously last year I used my Happy Planner for budgeting along with my everyday planning, and it was just too much in one spot. So for this year I decided to make myself a budget journal where I can put everything related to budgeting in one space and use the pages exactly as I need them, and I can switch it up monthly if I want to. For my very first spread, I decided to do the year at a glance, and this has all of the calendars for the month as well as space to write underneath them, which I always find really helpful, especially if you have bills that you only pay once or twice a year and you have to keep track of, or if you get paid multiple times a month like I do. It's easy to keep track of when you got paid and from whom, or you can just use it for important dates that you have to remember. It's pretty much a catch-all for the entire year and super handy, super helpful. Highly suggest this spread if you're doing bullet journaling too. And following the year at a glance spread, I have my goals for the year. So I picked my top 3 goals and I wrote down what those goals were, and right beside it, as you can see just to the right of it, I have the actions I'm going to take to ensure that I stay true to these goals and I follow them and make sure that I'm focusing on them throughout the year. On the right hand side, I have my wins of 2021, which if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen this page. I find with budgeting, it can be really stressful and it can be really difficult, especially if you're sticking to a really strict budget. So I wanted a space where I could write down some of the wins that I've had, and I can look back on this page whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed or really stressed and just see that there were blessings throughout the year. There are good things that happen. It's not tough all of the time. And if you're doing a budget journal, I highly suggest a wins page, even if you're just doing it as personal, or maybe it's a food journal or an art journal or even a budgeting journal. Record your wins. It's so important. This next spread is a Christmas challenge that I came up with this year, and I'll be doing an entire video just showing the entire process of this challenge. But essentially, I'm breaking up Christmas into 8 different categories, and each one has a goal. So I wanted to do kind of like a bar graph as I save for it to show how far I've gotten with it throughout the year. And this next spread is my bill tracker for the year. This is probably the most important spread in this bullet journal, and if you are self-employed, I highly suggest making one of these or having this somewhere, because throughout the year as I pay my bills, I can track the amounts and very easily tally everything up and hand it over to my accountant, which I need to do for expenses come tax time. So this page is kind of like the golden page of the bullet journal. On these pages, we have a super simple house care savings tracker for our snowplow, spider spray, as well as pool, which are necessary things we have to save for throughout the year. And on the right hand side, I have my ideal sinking funds. So this is perfect for me to refer back to when I'm doing the budgeting for each paycheck. I can see how much I want to have in for that month, and I can plan accordingly if we have the funds for it that month. And on these pages, I have my Paycheck Breakdown, which is my template of all the costs that we need to cover throughout the month. So each paycheck comes in and I take a portion to cover each of those items listed there. And on the debt payoff page, I have extra spaces for
more payments throughout the year. So anytime extra money comes in or we want to put in an extra payment, I can record it there and just see how much that I'm able to put aside for each debt payment. And this is my savings section of my bullet journal. So on the left-hand side, I have a little piggy bank with numbers 100 to 2000. And every time I put $100 aside, I'm going to color in a line of that bullet journal to track how much I'm able to save. And on the right hand side, I have 3 different savings challenges. I have the $5 challenge, 25 cents and under challenge, which basically is just anytime you receive those amounts, you put them aside. And the 52-week challenge, which I adapted from the Budget Mom. So I picked numbers from 15 to 40 and randomly put them in to the chart, and every week I will take the amount that's written down and put it into an envelope and hopefully have a lot of money by the end of the year, which would be awesome.
And on this last page, I put my sinking funds end game. So all of the sinking funds I could think of. So once I hit a goal for the current sinking funds, I can put one of these in and have an idea of exactly how much I want to have for each fund. It's pretty easy. If you guys are interested in this, I will definitely keep you posted on our progress each month and let you know how things are going. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.